What's going on, guys? My name's Carson Mejia at Mejia Film, and today I'm going to be showing you a little bit of my process on how I make my videos and how I make my films and kind of what goes into it from a broad stance. So we're going to dive right in and let's get to that. There's really a lot that goes into making films and videos, but at the same time, it's also kind of simple, especially the way I go about doing it. Everyone kind of finds a way that works for them, and I like to go with a simple approach and a way that works for me. So say we're making a video, first thing that's gonna happen is I'm gonna meet with a client, and I'm gonna meet with the person that I'm working with and kind of get a clear understanding of what their vision is, specific things that they want included in the video perhaps, or location related, or just the overall feel of the video. Like what are we looking for? Once I have that conversation, then it really gets to the fun part. That's when we start storyboarding. And storyboarding is really just a fun word of saying drawing out my video, drawing out the film. And really that's just drawing every single shot so that I can get a clear picture of what the plan is. When it comes to videos, when it comes to films, you really need to have good flow. And you don't want to go into a shoot not understanding what your flow is, or even if the shots that you're choosing are gonna create the flow that you're looking for. So it's a really essential part of making films, of making videos, is to draw out your scenes, to draw out your shots, to draw out your video. So when I storyboard, I just close my eyes and I imagine what would feel right for the next shot. And then I draw it out, and you draw your close-ups, you draw your establishing shots, and anything that just feels right, you throw it in there, and you kind of just go from there and kind of figure out what works. It's absolutely essential because you don't want to show up to a shoot and not have an idea of what you really want to do. I've done it before where you show up to a shoot and no one really knows what's going on. There's no vision and you're just kind of shooting and hoping that you get the right shots. The problem is later on you're going to come back to it and you're going to sit down in the editing chair and you're going to start editing, and you're going to be wasting so much time trying to piece things together, trying to find a shot that works. And you really don't want to be in a position where you're trying to find a shot to place in your video and you just can't find the right shot. You want to plan things out carefully. And so that's the first thing that we're going to do. And my storyboards don't always look that elaborate. Many times they're just stick figures, and it's just something that I can understand so that I know what I'm aiming for the shoot. But in some cases, I'll get a little bit more elaborate and draw some nicer sketches. Once the storyboarding is done, that's when I'm gonna start looking at, okay, where am I gonna shoot these shots? And a lot of people are a little bit confused by that because a lot of people, they like to get their locations before they storyboard because they wanna know what they're working with before they start to imagine their film. And I understand that, but I tend to like to make my storyboards first, simply because I don't want to limit my imagination. I don't want to be bound by what I know is going to be the certain room or the certain location or whatnot. I want to have freedom to be creative and to really come up with something special and unique for my video. And then once I do that, then I'm going to look for locations and areas that are going to fit what I've imagined in my head. Once I have everything ready and I have the locations, I have my shots, that's when we'll get to shooting, and then we'll schedule a shooting day or two or however long it takes, or actors or whatever we really need, and equipment, lighting, and we'll shoot. Many times people have it in their head that going for a shoot for a video, ad, or film is gonna be something like showing up to a movie itself, but really it's just a lot of standing around and things that doesn't really make a lot of sense. You know, I'm moving a camera here or moving a camera here, and a lot of standing around and confusion. But once we get all the shots we need, then it's where the fun begins. Now, editing, that is my favorite part, because that's when all the shots that you've acquired start to look like something. It looks like a movie. And I just have so much fun with editing because while you're working and you're doing what you have to do to make it look the way it needs to look, you're also getting to watch it as you go. And it just, sometimes I'll have moments where I need a little break from the editing and I just watch it. I watch my progress a few times over and I just like, oh, that's pretty cool. Gets me excited to keep making more. But when it comes to my editing, I'm able to move fairly quickly because I've already planned out all my shots in the storyboard. So it's really just a matter of dragging my shots in the proper sequence that I shot them. And then once they're there, you know, then you can do the tweaking, you can do the coloring and other effects that you want to add. But I just have so much fun with editing because to me it's just a breeze and it's fun and it turns into something that looks good. Sound is also a part of the editing process as well. Whether that's something we shoot on the set or something that's a voiceover later on that's recorded separately. I have experience, about 6 years of experience producing electronic music and vocals and all that sort of stuff. So I'm fully capable of editing my own sounds as well. And I can clean it up and mix it and make it sound nice and full and cut out all the bad stuff that you don't want. So really that's just my process of making videos. Just very simple, discussing and planning the vision, storyboarding, locations, shooting, and editing. And really it's 5 things really, but it's all part of the process and it's all great fun.